You're in luck today because I'm going to share exactly how I make awesome flyers such as this one to promote my brand and market myself using just my phone. And we're going to start that right now. Boom, and we're back. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Today I'm gonna save you a bunch of money in graphic design work by showing you how you can do that yourself using just a mobile device. Ooh, you get to learn something useful today. So what's marketing? So what's branding? There's gonna be a point where you're gonna run into something called promoting and marketing your brand. So today I'm gonna show you how to make an awesome flyer for yourself just like this one using just a mobile app. First off, I wanna mention that I'm not being paid to do this video for any company. This is just me sharing my opinions. So the app that I'll be using today is called Over. Now don't sleep on this app. It's so powerful that I actually subscribe to this service for the pro features. I recommend going pro if you think that you're going to be using graphic design a lot to save money on the long run. Make sure you play with it during the free trial and get familiar with everything. That way you can find out if the pro version is a good fit for you or not. I will put some things in the description below for you to check out after the video. Keep in mind, you see the Over app. I am using the paid version, which is $60 for the entire year, which equals to about $5 a month. I suggest if you're going to be using this a lot, go ahead and invest in yourself and move forward with the purchase. If you want to try the free version, I think you get a 14-day free trial for new users. So check it out. If you like it, keep paying for it. Also, I have used Canva as well. Canva is actually more expensive on monthly, and it's not as user-friendly. If you use both of them like I have, you'll notice that Over is just a little bit more efficient in its design and layout. Without going any further, let's get right into it. Open up the Over app. Okay, so you see on this home screen after opening up that there are templates that you can just quickly access and start editing whatever template suits you. But for the purpose of this, we're starting from scratch. If you're new to watching screen recordings, look at the top. Right now you'll see some dots. That's the phone's feature to show you exactly what I'm touching, and you can also see that if I'm pinching. So moving on, let's go ahead and we're gonna start a new project by pressing that plus sign at the bottom. And now we're at this screen where you get to choose the canvas that you're going to be working on, what resolution you want it set at. For the nerds, if you look at the top, you can touch that number and alter them to whatever your preference is, or you can also flip it easily by just pressing that little arrow. You'll notice that there are a couple different options here. The square option is the most popular that you see scrolling on your news feed. Then you have the story size that you can make any artwork and post it up and advertise for your story timeline. And then you have a portrait size. Now this is new to Instagram. You can use this resolution size and expand it, creating a larger area on being used on the screen. You can take advantage of this by putting more information or making the information look larger. So we're gonna go ahead and pick the project size, and we're selected. Okay, the first thing I want to start with is the background. Let's go ahead and tap it, click edit, and you get to press background and select the color. I'm picking black for simplicity reasons, and there we go, it's changed. Let's go down the list. The first thing I want to put down is a call to action, and which is going to be my website. And for the purposes of creating flyer, I'm just going to put down a fake address. And we're going to do that by pressing the text button down at the bottom and adding my website. Boom. There we go. Down at the bottom, you can also choose from various options on how to alter the look of your text box. So I'm going to choose bison, right? And I don't want the website to stand out so much, So we're gonna pick that one. Let's make it a little bit larger. Notice I'm pinching it and I'm bringing it and dragging it at the same time. Okay, I don't want it that big. I actually want it this size here. All right. Now at the bottom, I want to use the address, so I am actually going to duplicate, get out of that screen, accept it, and we're going to tap that text box again. Click the options to duplicate. Now it's sitting right over the original one. I'm going to drag it to the bottom because I'm going to use that here later. First, let's finish the website. I am going to go onto the style and I'm going to spread out the letters a little bit more by going to the spacing option. All right, and then you can drag. Notice that it's enlarging and too much. So let's keep it like that. Press the checkbox on top and I'm gonna finish making it lined up. Okay, notice that there is a yellow line when you're dragging around with your finger. That is to indicate it's automatic alignment tool to see where you sit on the page. All right, so that's finished. Let's go to the bottom and adjust that one. I want to actually change the text because I duplicated it, and that saves me time in the long run, so I don't have to make a new text box and find that same font and color. Okay, so we have it created and I'm going to adjust its size, but I'm also want this to stand out, right? So let's go back to the font and make it larger, more pronounced, more bold. All right, so there we have it. So we have those call to actions created. You know, phone number, email, etc. You can do those things as well. All right, so the next thing, because I'm using this for YouTube, I want to put subscribe on there, and we're doing just that. Let's add another text box, and again, I'm going to duplicate to save time. Not sure where this is going to rest, so I'm going to put it over to the side for now. Okay, so when I design any flyer or any promotional marketing items, I like to ask myself the who, what, why, when, where, and how. Right, so let's start with who. It's gonna be me, the host, and what am I gonna do again? Let's duplicate. All right, let's duplicate that text box because I'm gonna use it and change the text. And now we have it, but I want to change the font and make it a little bit more pronounced. And let's go ahead and italicize that one actually. Let's add a face to this. And I'm gonna go under my logos, under the images option because it's already there. I already uploaded it. And I can pinch, drag it to the size I need. But notice that because we have a black background, my hair is disappeared. And I'm going to fix that by adding a shape. And I want to pick the circle. Let's go ahead and shrink that down. But notice that it's covering my face because when you're working with graphic designs, remember we're working with layers, so the newest layer that you add is going to be on top. So we're going to go at the top. You'll notice that there is a layer button. Tap that and you can put the circle layer underneath the face layer where you want it to be. All right, and then we'll adjust this as well to make sure my big old head fits inside the circle. Let's say you're making this for a flyer for a comedy show and you want that to be the headliner, but you want some accolades on there. Let's throw in an accolade. Okay, so the next step, let's say for example, I'm making this flyer for a comedy show and I just put that face on for the headliner and they want some accolades added. So I'm gonna put in some accolades by pressing and add, or we're gonna add another text box, and I do that by duplicating to save time. All right, so I duplicated it. And let's change the words. All right, I could leave it like that, but let's get a little bit more advanced. And I'm gonna show you how to go to a different style, go to the curved option of that layer, text layer, and let's curve it around the circle. All right, and then drag it up a little closer. Do a little bit more of a curve. Boom. And now, time for a quick commercial break. Just kidding. I just want to remind you, if you haven't already, smash that subscribe button, press the bell icon so you can always be reminded of when I drop new content. Go ahead and like it, dislike it, whatever. Comment and share it. Back to the video. Okay, so the next item is what or why. This is a quest to comedy, and I'm gonna put just that. What else am I gonna do? Let's go ahead and duplicate that text box. And let's do a cool line to separate the words. I'm gonna enter the graphic option and go to my collected. I pick this line here. And there we go. Okay. A little bit of separation. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to add is explaining what this episode's about, and I'm going to do that by adding a bubble. So we're going to go to graphics, put in bubble. It'll come up, but I already have it, right? So right here, in the interest of time, we have a bubble. Let's go ahead and accept and throw in some text inside that bubble. Duplicate this text. Okay, we're done with that one. So we have the what and the why covered. We're gonna move on to when. So let's go ahead and add the when. Okay, so now we have the when taken care of. If you are making this for a comedy flyer, you would put down what time to arrive. Now that we have the when taken care of, we're gonna move on to how. I like to look at the how as important details that people that are looking at this need to know, which is something like a cover charge. Now, for the purpose of this video, I am doing a YouTube advertisement, so this is gonna be a free class instead of free entry. Okay, so let's draw a little bit more attention to the free class by throwing in some graphics. I typed in exclamation and put it to my collected folder. And guess what? You can duplicate images as well. So let's go ahead and duplicate it. There we go. We have almost got to the finished part, but I want to add a frame around the title. So let's do that. Okay, there we go. It is completed. Now the next thing I want to do is add in a little bit of graphic. And what I'm going to do for this one is I am going to go to graphics and search for YouTube. There you go. Boom. You have it. Now there's not many options, but I'm just going to pick the most familiar and put it on there. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is make the subscribe look fancier, and I'm going to adjust its appearance. Something that you guys have seen me do before on this video is adjust the spacing just like that, and I'll also get the size up a little bit. We have a completed flyer. Okay, you can use it as it is, but for me, I'm a little bit more advanced, so if you stick around, you're gonna see that part of it too. Okay, let's say that I wanna make this flyer look a little bit more fancier, and we can do that simply by changing the background, and you can use everything within the app. Go ahead and go to image, and you'll see Unsplash and Pixabay right here as tabs. Now what these are stock photo generators, right? So I'm just gonna pick one, Unsplash, and type in YouTube and see what comes up. Okay, so these are the options that I have. I'm just scrolling through real quick what catches my eye. I really like this microphone, so let's select that one, and boom, you got a picture of a microphone. First thing I want to do is let's enlarge to where to a position where it will look cool.
Now I have it enlarged. What I'm going to do is look at the filters and make it, I can change the look of it. I really like how this black and white one is, so let's pick that one. And you can actually pick how much of it intensity. So I'm going to keep it at 100, but I want it a little darker, so I'm going to choose the tint and go to color, select black. Now you'll notice also that you can do whatever color you want to. So what happened to all the work that you just did? Remember, we just created another layer, so we got to go back to the layer option, and I'm going to drag it all the way to the bottom of this one because it's going to be the background, right? And there you have it, a cool background. I don't like the way that the call to actions don't stand out as much, so I'm going to make the call to actions stand out by contrasting with align. So go to graphic. I already have aligns saved right here, and dragging it down, making it larger. Now before I do anything else, I'm going to accept it because I'm going to duplicate it and bring it to the top. And there we go. What's my next step? I'm going to change the color. So let's edit the color, make it black. Do the same at the bottom, make it black, and now let's move the layer. The layer is now behind my call to actions, making them stand out more. And once you're done, you can export this straight to your phone by pressing that top right hand corner yellow square. You have JPEG option, PNG option. I choose PNG because it's higher resolution. All right, and there we go. It's saved direct to the phone. And now you're finished, and you can use the flyer however you want to.
So there you go. That's how you become a graphic designer using just your phone to market and promote yourself or your brand. It's almost like a mini version of Photoshop. If you found this information useful, don't forget to share it. You can take this graphic design information and use it more than just making flyers. You can make thumbnails, you can make banners, you can make business cards. Whatever. Oh, the limit is your imagination. I'm encouraging you to explore your creativity and just blow it up. That's it, just stay tuned to my channel, Aquesta Comedy, for more content. All right, that's all I got for you. I'll see you on the next video. Peace.